I'm sipping, 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 I'm sipping.
Sipping, I'm 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 sipping.
You could throw a hoodie like you in the house. It's your house.
My little hats.
But see, that's another thing. We're gonna drag this a little long, cause I got one more. I got another thing. I know we bouncing around, but it's just me and you, so we can do this. Years ago, probably when I first started going to Target, real shit. I walk into Target, chicken Target, sweatsuit on, Air Maxes on, hat matching the sweatsuit, whatever. Short hair not done, but she got nice hair hanging out. I don't know if it's hers or not, whatever. It look cool.
Cute, right?
So I scream, yo, what's up with you, blah, blah. She like, you really want to talk to me looking like this? Bitch, we in Target.
Right.
Like, it ain't like, yo, like, you gotta be more secure. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, that has nothing to do with what we necessarily need to be attracted to you.
Hold up, pause, sidebar. I get the most holler when I'm not dressed. Like, when I'm, like, trying to run out, like, don't want nobody to see me, I get the most holler, and it's like...
But that also feeds into why a lot of bad bitches say they don't get hollered at that much, too.
I just said that.
It's less intimidation. It's less intimidation, too, than you being... When you going to work, because I've seen you in suits and whatever little skirts and shit that you work in, then you might look unapproachable to an insecure male. You know what I'm saying? So... with them being a factor in the percentage, then you would get hollered at more when you look like you're not as dressed up, because they're actually just looking at you as a chick and not necessarily like, yo, this is a woman about her business. She might not want to fuck with somebody like me.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a lot of insecurity and all this shit, though. And that's my thing. I'm not against insecurity. We're all fucking insecure.
Yeah, to an extent.
Like, I was horrible with it. But I've had freedom since I realized I had it and don't want to fucking do it no more.
Right. But you know what brings me to Ayesha Curry's comment when she was saying sometimes she just want to know that she got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't see nothing wrong with that. Because I get it. Sometimes I'll be like, yeah, I got a ring on. But I'll be like, damn, sometimes I just be wanting to know, like.
Mind you, that's a Martin episode and that went bad for Martin.
It did.
But.
When he took the ring off.
But. I'm going to keep it G. It wasn't about what she said. It was about who. Like, she's not you, yo. She doesn't pump her own gas. She doesn't run in the gas station to get stuff. She doesn't walk around the supermarket. She don't do none of that. She's in a bubble. Like, this thing about famous people and Beyonce's, Mariah's, JayZ, and all them people. It's called an onion. Mm-hmm. It's layers of people you got to go through to get to them.
Absolutely.
So she's not even in necessarily a position to do that, to be hollered at like she and then you're comparing yourself to the 1 or 2 top player in the NBA, yo.
Right.
So that's crazy. Now, the problem with her statement isn't that women shouldn't feel wanted. It's very scary to men, for one, to hear that you have a husband that loves the shit out you, invest in every fucking hobby you have and make them a business for you. Is God-fearing. We have never seen him look at a chick or put his arm around a chick too long since we've known this superstar young athlete. And that means that you have and it's not a problem to think about it, but that it's enough of a problem to mention it in public during the playoffs means that you think about it too much. And that means that no matter what a nigga could do, it ain't never enough.
Right? No, I didn't take it like that. I feel like, think about the pressure. Think about, first of all the hating females that talk shit about her. Think about all the shit that she got to go through on the daily. So she like, damn, all these hating ass bitches. I just want to know, like, you know how many niggas talk to me because I'm the wife of the #1 player.
You know how many niggas think she bad? Maybe they just respect your husband.
That's the point. She don't know it because she like, damn, these
but that's what I'm saying.
Shit.
But see, and that's the thing. Like, a lot of people said that it was men or the public that reacted to what she said. If you watch that clip, the women at the table said, no, that's dangerous. And then somebody also said, you just don't see it, which adds to my bubble comment.
Right.
So it's not like I made this up. The elders at the table, Jada Pinkett folks, the people, Will Smith, every woman in the world will fuck Will Smith. Be for real. And Jada was a star in her own right, but at the same time, he's fucking Will Smith.
Right.
So if these motherfuckers are saying,
and
mind you, when they said that's dangerous, they was talking about two things, and I don't really want to act like I can speak for them, but I could pay attention to conversational energy.
Right.
They were talking about, one, having that thought, and two, putting that out there. Like, letting it weigh on you that much is dangerous to you. It's not a problem to have the thought. I want to correct that. But letting it weigh on you that much is dangerous. And two, putting it out there like that might start a reverse thing that might become a problem. Now he has to have more onions around you, and now you don't have a life. You see what I'm saying? Like, you have to be careful. But that's like, it's not the only thing she said. She also said that postpartum, she had a boob job that was botched up and had the worst boob job in the world. She also said that she doesn't feel like she's black enough. So her problem,
I can relate to that. I understand
her
that.
problem doesn't only revolve around getting hollered at.
Mm-hmm.
It's a self thing.
She got definitely.
She needs
got some
to
insecurities.
figure these things out. She needs to sit down with someone.
I understand the not black enough thing because I feel like that's even why I have the.
Saf, you blacker than everybody. Saf,
But that's
cut it
now,
out,
and I feel like that's because I feel like it's because of a lot of things that I went through. Like I remember when I was probably like 12, and I was I was down like 60th Street, and I was with my cousin.
Did you say 12?
Yeah, because this is where it stood from. This is where it stemmed from. This when I started. This when I remember like no, because I remember
Saf looked like what?
No, because it was some real shit. Because I felt this when I felt like I wasn't black enough, right? So back in the day, everybody was like, "Oh yeah, I don't have friends. I got associates, right?" So I fucked the line up, and I'm like on 60th Street, like I don't have friends. I have acquaintances. Well, everybody bust out laughing. You know what I'm saying? Started busting on me, and I was like, "Dang, like I'm not black enough because I speak differently." You know what I'm saying? Like because of the school that we went to and the education that my dad made sure that I got and the surroundings and the
I
environment.
was told by a female that I was interested in that I cursed like a white boy.
Right.
At one point.
So I was like, oh. At that point, that's when I kind of like toughened up and started like going through a lot. I was going through a lot anyway. But I feel like them like busting on me. I was like, oh, I gotta show them how black. As light as people, you think you all that because you light skin, you got light eyes, you got.
You might keep going out. Good conversation.
I don't know. People like you think you all that because you light skin, you got light eyes. Like I just couldn't.
But
like,
that's the thing though, and that's the thing in our community. And I
then the
crack
white
a lot
guys
of
didn't
light
like
skin
because I
jokes.
wasn't a black girl. Like I wasn't a black girl.
Yeah, you wasn't the fantasy black girl that they
Right.
wanted, like the one that they fantasized about.
So it'd be like, well, damn.
But no, the thing about that is, one, I know where the light skinned girl complex comes from. I know that you grew up with light eyes and that you were light skinned and that you've always been pretty. But at the same time, mean girls are mean girls. And one of the things in our community is we have the luxury, quote unquote, of making it light versus dark is the easiest way to target it. Is to be like, oh, she light skinned, she thinks she cute. Like I have cousins that had to fight because they had considered good hair and it was light skinned. And they weren't picking on these girls. These girls was hating, or the guy they liked them for whatever reason, and all of that. And I was also, and I'll admit to this on the John. It was a point in my life where I thought every girl I liked was light skinned, and then at a certain point I realized there's beauty in every shade. So it's a part of maturing too, because it's fed to us too. You know what I'm saying? But we have to
You
get
definitely know how far back that goes.
the white
how deep it is.
black dial test was eons ago, and it still exists. Which is like, I crack a lot of light skin jokes. You know what I mean? And people take offense to it or say that you shouldn't do it. No, I understand that to a certain extent. I also understand, like, anything else that I do constantly is actually to break that wall down. Like, I call my homies ugly. Because it came from one of my homies that used to shut down when somebody called him ugly. So it's like, if you can get it from me, somebody that loves you, and I don't think that about you, and you can see everybody else react to it, and you know that they don't take it that seriously, then maybe we can make progress with how you feel about yourself.
It's just,
You see what I'm saying? It's about, I want you to feel better about yourself. Like, like that's most important. Like, it's related to Aisha, and this woman's gonna be a billionaire. Like, she can do whatever the fuck she wants.
Right.
But I feel like she keeps telling the public on 3-4 different platforms in 3-4 different ways that she needs to figure her out.
And I was about to say, they met when they were young, though. They were together for forever, like high school or at least college sweethearts. So she never had the opportunity to learn who she was.
But she needs to know. She needs to understand that.
Exposure.
Like, she needs to understand that and take, because what happens is.
But how does a married woman who, like, not saying that you can't. I'm not saying that you can't. But what is she trying to say when she say I need attention and I need exposure? Like, what are you, if you haven't experienced, like, other people besides who your husband is? I'm not saying a woman can't see the world. I'm talking about physically, intimately. What are you saying intimately? What are you saying?
And that's, but see, the thing is, but what does that represent to you also? because most women.
And I'm obviously coming from a married woman, so I can relate and I understand. So I feel like, yeah, sometimes I feel like I done missed out on some shit. I've been with my husband for 15 years. I'm like, damn, that was like my youth. But at the same time, I'm like, shit, I'm married now. I can't go.
And I was about to say, but for most women, it's ideal to marry a high school sweetheart, or it's ideal to get married without a whole bunch of extra bodies on your belt.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So then once you get that, and you have more than most people could ask for in a lifetime as resources, then what does the other stuff matter, and how much does it matter, and why does it matter so much? I'm not saying that women don't want to feel sexy, but that's another thing too, because it caused a backlash on her husband, because they were saying, well, he should be doing more to make her feel sexy. Like, no, she says she wants to be catcalled.
With it right now. I don't
Like, she didn't say that.
I totally firmly believe it has nothing to do with him. That's completely.
But she also
her.
posted a few
And I ain't
years
hearing
ago.
about no catcalls. Right?
But did you see when she posted a few years ago, like, wow, I'm pumping gas, all these guys trying to talk to me. Oh my God, I have a boyfriend, leave me alone. I have a fiance, leave me alone.
No, I ain't seen
And that's the thing, like, when you get it all the time, you get annoyed by it. When you don't get it, then you miss it. It feels real similar to the guy that goes off to war, does 2 tours, and comes home and his wife is pregnant because she needed attention. Like, yo, I'm out here fighting for everybody and you needed attention?
Right.
Like, at what point is it like, yo, you
dog.
gotta
Why you
deal
gotta
with
say
you? No, it's common. I've talked to people in the military like, no, that's common as shit. Like, niggas come home like,
yo, let me tell you how we was just on the cruise and they said that the guy was on the ship for 10 months, but his wife is about to have a baby. They like, well, if he was here for 10 months, I know technically you carry a baby for 10 months, but if he was here for 10 months and she hasn't had the baby yet, who baby is that? That's what the whole
and the crazy thing about the military life is a lot of like, you got duty, so you got scheduled shit all the time that you have to be at, and it's military, so it ain't like you coming home early.
You can't be like, yeah, no baby,
So
I'm not going.
on a lot of these bases, a lot of these wives is getting ran down on while their husband is on duty or on shift and all that, because they know she's in, like, it's lit in the man. Listen, if I was killing people for y'all and I can't, man, I got the right to plead insanity with whatever go down after that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna fix my mic. You
That's
talk.
definitely crazy. Yeah, I don't understand. Like, that military life that's a whole nother life. That military life is a whole nother life. I don't think that's only the strong survive, yo. Only the strong survive of that one. But yeah, yeah, but it's all good. I definitely relate what she was saying. But again, like, you know, as a woman, I mean, that's about being responsible too. I don't want to be out there looking like no hoe. Like, who want to be out here looking crazy? Like, I'm cool. I just want to know I still got it. So I appreciate when, you know, I get the little looks to know how you doing. So I'm good.
No, and you should.
I'm married and I keep it moving.
But you know what? God's art should be appreciated. You are part of that, and that's cool. And that's why a lot of guys gotta adjust how they feel about men looking at their women, as long as disrespectfully. Like, you walking around with a motherfucking flower, like, somebody gonna want to engulf that beauty. That's cool within reason, especially in America. But like, I really think that there's more so than saying, well, I felt like that before, so she's right. Why not figure out why you felt like that? Get to how much that weighs in relation to everything else you have going on, and realize that y'all both might just need to talk to somebody. Or y'all both might just need a vacation.
I mean,
or like, I don't know.
No, sometimes you just need attention. Like, my significant other is
but
definitely
it's dangerous.
Not no baller. But
yeah, it's dangerous for her though.
But or for anybody, I think it's dangerous for any woman. But I definitely get it when you don't see. I'm in a similar situation, but not similar. I mean, I don't see him like a lot because he works at night, so we don't never see each other. Like,
y'all schedule is
never. We 2 shifts
to
at night.
Benefit the situation.
Exactly.
Right.
So I see when you just want attention. Like, you just want, like, he coming, you leaving, or you not home. So I get
I
wanting
understand
attention.
that. Mm-hmm.
So that's where I can
understand
relate.
That.
But it's like,
but you want attention from where?
I just want attention. So if it comes from my husband, that would be great. Like,
see what I'm saying?
So,
like, right.
That's it. So I just understand you need attention. Like, I don't necessarily need it from outside. Like, I don't need it, but I don't see him. So,
but she has a husband that travels for 50
that's
games.
my point.
50 games out the year.
That's
this is
my
the
point.
lifestyle. Like, and mind you, she also has a mother-in-law who's married to a former NBA player.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Whether I'm not sure if he's still married to Steph mom. Yeah, Steph and Steph mom. So, like, she's a resource. And like I said before, you know, there's plenty rich white women that's went through this throughout history.
Yeah.
You know what they got? Credit cards, volumes, and therapy.
And you know what?
I'm gonna keep it G.
I'm gonna have some businesses. That's all I'm saying. They gonna be my babies. Let me.
She got businesses.
I know she does. Her cooking and all. She got a lot of businesses. I understand that.
This is what I'm saying.
I understand.
But you ain't even in the restaurant enough to get hollered at.
Right.
Cause you ain't got to be there.
Right.
And you don't take that like my dad take his barbershop. Like if I ain't here, it ain't gonna go right and it's over.
I take the credit cards. I don't need the value in the therapy. I'm cool. Just give me
But
my
you see
credit
what I'm
card
saying
therapy.
though? Like
I'm
it's.
good.
I mean, retail therapy is a real thing. People feel
Absolutely.
better about themselves when they look good or when they spend money, which is dangerous. But
If I got it to spend, listen.
no, and one, if you got it to spend, what the fuck? Like
Right.
you can't spend it all, then spend it.
Right.
But at the same time, with everything, we have to figure out why the things that we care about, how much they matter in the scheme of things. Because a lot of
Crazy you said
I don't want to say depression, a lot of sadness comes from worrying about the wrong shit.
Yo, it's so crazy you said that because I was on my way down here, right, and I started feeling my music. I think I was listening to yo, I be rocking out DaBaby. That shit, I still rock out.
DaBaby
joint, right?
kill shit. I
like DaBaby. I was thinking about if I was they gonna be here this weekend. I was thinking if I was gonna see him and Megan Thee Stallion. But
They
anyway,
keep hitting me up to perform. I'm like, I'm not paying to perform. Like,
right,
cut it out.
right. So anyway, right, I'm rocking right, and then I look and I see some motherfuckers and some people in the corner who are not as fortunate as I am.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, Dad, like I'm sitting here not really worried about nothing. And they looking like they might be worried about where they sleeping tonight or when the next time they eat.
They're going to eat something that makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just so crazy. That was just on my way here. And it's just like, yo, that was just humbling. So I was like,
in this city, you know, your way anywhere could give you that if you're paying attention.
Right. So I was just saying, that was just my last thought, like a few minutes before.
No, but it's important to recognize because that means that you're appreciative to where you are because you've been through shit before. You've been fucked up before. You ain't never been probably as low as some, but you've been in situations where it could have wound up crazy for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it's cool to remember that shit, but that's why we do the shit we do so that we can help motherfuckers and try to do something for people that ain't got it, like, or don't know how to do it. Like, there's positions, there's opportunities, there's networks that's attached to everything that we do that benefit people more so than it benefits us.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things that we do that directly just benefits us or whatever the situation is, but you gotta appreciate the fact that you got where you at.
The crazy thing is, it's kind of like I be like fortunate when something benefits me because everything I do, I try to do that to benefit somebody else. Like the magazine, is helping people through information.
It's important,
and everything that I do is for the benefit of somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Even my gig that I have is really for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just happen to be getting paid to do this, but you know, I'm looking out for somebody else.
My last gig was like that too.
So it's just important for me, you know, to just be involved.
You just fucked me up. It's funny that you said that, cause I miss a couple of them kids. But every time I used to talk about my gig, people would be like, "Yo, you do so much for them, and you don't know how much they appreciate it." And da 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 da. And I have a couple that I know how much they appreciated it. And I lost one of them. Not he aged out of the program. So I didn't lose him.
Right.
After that, you don't get no contact with them and none of that. You know, which is.
Is it illegal? Could you contact him if you had his information?
It's dangerous.
Okay.
It's
for them.
For you and them, for your job and for them, because if anything, like you're dealing with
you're
dealing with a population where there's still the possibility that they might think something different or might say something outside of what's actually going on.
Right.
So you have to be careful.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens is some of them get so attached to the unit that they'll call. You can talk to them when they call there, but you don't get them your Facebook and your cell phone number.
Well, yeah,
but they'll ask for it.
I know. I worked on a similar in a similar situation years ago, and one of my clients found me on Facebook. I don't even know how, because I don't even have my real name on Facebook.
Me neither, and one of them found me.
And she found me. And
people don't realize that's why I still.
And it's years later, she's still in my request box, and I felt bad because I really liked her.
But my page is open, so I had to I had to shut it down. I couldn't even leave it in a request. I had to deny it, block her.
What happens?
Block them.
Because they can still see everything.
It's not private, so they can still see everything. And at the time,
I didn't peep that. I didn't realize.
And
that.
at the time, I was
mine
still
was private then. It's not private now.
At the time, I was still working there, so what they might see on my page,
it's not appropriate for what's.
And I don't know who they still in contact with neither.
Right.
Because there are coworkers that do give them their information. Now, one thing I was going to do I'm an asshole for this. But before I quit,
Asshole.
like, I went out on workman's comp. But if I had quit, I was gonna go on every unit and pull up my videos on YouTube. So then when I left, the kids would have realized it was me. They'd have watched it all day.
Yo, you a stupid.
We'd have ran them numbers up. We'd have ran them numbers up, man. Sorry, we'd have been rich by now if I didn't get hurt. No, but like, I think of dumb shit like that when you sit on the unit all day doing everybody else's work. I ain't gonna lie, like,
right.
But at the same time, it's a fulfilling situation to
I was
be
just
able
about
to
to
help
say.
people and make money.
Yo, I love what I
Like,
do.
why the fuck
love
not?
what I do. Yo, like, I get to use my brain.
There's so
and
many
think outside
thankless
of the box
jobs.
And just do, like, my job is definitely thankless.
No,
But
it's not to
it's
you.
humbling, not to me though.
Right.
But I mean, people don't like when they see me come in the door with that suit on. They don't like to see me.
Yeah, but you know what you're doing it for, and that's the
Right.
thing. Like, when I say thankless, people look at it in one way. It's like there's certain things that's immediate gratification, and there's certain things that you just know that you motherfucking killed that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that you did it for the right reasons. Like everything, and I have both. I've situated my life for both.
Mm-hmm.
I have a podcast. I have a radio show. I don't know who listening, when they listening, none of that. Who gonna view it? Who gonna care about it when I do that shit? When I'm on stage, I get claps immediately.
Right.
When I'm in the studio and it's a crowd in there, I get what I get immediately.
Yeah.
So I balance it out. So I'm not knocking immediate gratification at all,
Mm-hmm.
because I still have a space for it that I think basketball created.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm so used to crowds and like that from like
And for me,
being,
it was dancing.
Mm-hmm.
It was
like
dancing.
you used to being on stage.
Right. Right.
And I was dancing and doing oratory stuff and all of that with you, but I never got that feeling I got under them lights on the court. Like, that shit is like a different world, I think, for me, because it was something that I wasn't a natural at. Like, I had to work hard at that
And
shit. I was horrible.
Like the stage, like being on the real stage, like, you know, the people I danced for and all the things I did.
Mm-hmm.
And like them lights, like you said, it's not a court light, but a stage light.
It's different.
And it's all eyes on you at that point.
And I ain't even care if it was like the late night runs outside and the court lights came on, but it was packed out there.
Right.
Like, it felt the same as playing in a packed gym. It was just like everybody got to watch whoever got the ball, and I'm scoring.
And I was always, you know me, I was always the main attraction. So
Yeah, so it's like I get that from music as far as the studio and the stage. And that's why I don't really like the business of music, because I go to music kind of for that. But when it comes to like this kind of stuff, this is different. This opportunity to explain a lot of the things that people don't understand about me, for one. It's a lot of and not so much personality wise, but perspective wise. Like, that the things I say don't come from nothing. You know what I mean? They come from a genuine fucking place. But it's also a space, like you said, where I could help people, where I could build with people. I get that feeling that I used to get when you used to get the mixtape first. Because I got people that come through on the radio and give me the music first. Like, you don't get that with the internet no more. You get it at midnight with everybody else.
Right.
Like, no, they hit me up personal. Like, yo, I got a joint. I need you to boom, boom, boom. And when I hear it, I'm like, oh, niggas don't even know.
Right.
Like, you don't get that no more. And these kids will never know that feeling.
No.
You know what I mean? Because I'm sure they get that feeling from somewhere else. But for us, a lot of that was attached to hip-hop.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that. Like, niggas used to go to New York to get the Clue tape.
I'm about to say shout out to all the DJs now, but shout out to the DJs, the original DJs who had to have the vinyls and had to be out
And
there.
had to have two niggas carrying crates.
Yo, had to have them crates and all, like.
You know how many jobs this new DJ shit has X'd out?
Yeah.
Like, you know how many people got into the music industry carrying somebody crates? Or got into shows carrying somebody crates? Or like started networking from, like, it's crazy. Like, and it sounds like a small thing, but like literally Tupac was one of them.
Right.
One of the biggest things we've ever seen in movie or fucking music was a crate carrying motherfucker.
Right.
And I'm not saying it as a diss. Then he was a background dancer.
Right.
Then probably became a hype man. And
Puff.
then was able to record a record.
Puff, right?
Puff was a background dancer.
Right.
Puff was a hype man.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Puff's still a hype man.
I mean, well, Puff is the hypest. Puff is the hype. He's the hype. Nigga's the hype. But like, people have no idea. Like, it's like they say every rapper creates at least 9 jobs. Like, DJs used to do that too, kind of like on some real shit, because like sometimes the dancers wasn't the artist dancers. They were provided by the DJ for the space in between the artists being on stage. Yeah, but for in between.
Shout out to Big Doze.
He's still around?
I don't know, but I was his dancer way back in the day.
You gotta look him up.
I remember dancing with him and like Reading One of them big Jones. One of them
Look
spots
him
out
up,
there.
because you know what would be dope? For you to tell him, like, yo, you gave me opportunity one time, and this is what I do now. And he'd be like, damn, you was the little light-skinned girl. Like, that's fly for people. Yeah, so that's fly. Like, that's some fly. Like, that's how you get people they flowers. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit's simple. But I think we got to start worrying about the right shit, yo.
Sure.
I think people worried about the wrong shit. And I know we running long. But I'm not done. We gonna make 3 episodes out this shit. I don't get to chop it with side. Fuck it. But this latest thing with the NFL and my Uncle Hove.
How he uncle? He my first husband. That shit bro.
That's crazy how you broke that down. It gets weird because my man is Bleak's brother-in-law. So like, it gets strange. But no.
That's my first husband.
As far as the backlash and the division between, you got to pick a side between him and Cat.
Why is it always picking a side though? Why is that always the ultimatum?
Because it's designed that way. Martin and Malcolm, Bloods and Crips.
And Rodney said, "Can we all just get along?"
And
like,
mind you, it's organized that way.
It is.
Thought I heard somebody at the door or something. It's organized that way. It's one of those things where it's like, yo, see what's going on. Can't have that. And then somebody puts the spice out there. And it's like, we fall for it every fucking time. And it goes back to being worried about the wrong shit and all of that. But it's like, I could want Cap to have a job, and I could also want to see what Jay could do in a position of power.
Yeah. Yeah. You said something the last time we were together when you said, like, if Cat wants the job, why are we worried about it for one?
Yeah, he's still trying to get in the NFL.
But secondly, I also feel like even
He was trying to buy a team last year.
Listen, I also feel like all of that was again, and we also talked about this before too. That was the focus of the media. They wanted to separate them.
That's why I said it's orchestrated.
Absolutely.
Because that's weird.
But it
because
doesn't have to be that way. Like we fall in under, like we fall into it. Like,
but it's literally like, I went back and forth.
Because I have my own brain. I want Cap. I'm sorry to cut you off. I want Cap to work. I want him to buy a team or play whatever he want to do. But like you said, I want if Jay feel like he can make some changes inside and out, or if Jay making this move for himself and just out for Jay, so be it. Like,
he's still a businessman.
Exactly. At the end of the day, like, what Jay doing is for Jay first and foremost. At the end of the day, if it's helping other people, that's great and fine. But you can't say what he gonna do before he do it.
Yeah, and he held a press conference, and this goes back to people reading captions and listening to sound bites. The press conference is 46 minutes long.
Watching edited versions.
And watching edited versions. The real one is 46 minutes long. The one I saw that has the questions that I heard were omitted from the original one, right? It's him, Roger Goodell, about 50 media people. Tata sitting behind him with his legs crossed in the windowsill. It's so funny to watch Tata's progression.
Right.
Tata is such like, he was the one that, you know what I'm talking about. Flashed R. Kelly. But, no, like, that shit was like, he literally sat up there and said,
Charlamagne was there too.
Yeah, Charlamagne asked the real questions because
Right.
he know he ain't got no choice. And it's crazy because he interviewed somebody and they was like, somebody never asked about Cap. And he was like, no, I did. They cut it out. And that's when I knew I had to watch the other version. I knew it was another version because he said that. So they asked him about what the initiative is. They asked him about what brung it about. And they asked it about the relationship. Cool. They say the initiative is something that's already been created by the league from the Players Association that they're adding to. They've already spent over $1 million in trying to do things with this initiative years before, in the last 2 years or so, right? Cool. They say, how's the relationship come about? Well, Jay's initiative with Meek has the Patriots owner attached to it. He's been around the Patriots owner. He's been around Roger Goodell. They see these guys in the room working towards change for reform. They see that they're serious about it. They know that they have an emergency in the NFL that they need to fix, which is that's the part they didn't say, but that's what it is. and they said this is the perfect guy. He's a rapper. He's Beyonce's people. He's the one that dissed us last year and said I don't need them. If
he
we
has an
can
amazing following.
And if we can do business with the guy,
colossal following.
mind you, also what nobody wants to give Jay credit for is a lot of people have said this. When you're in an office meeting with JayZ, nobody tells Jay no. They just happy to be there. He walks in rooms and gets whatever he wants.
Mm-hmm.
So that has a certain effect on these types of people we're talking about. So he said, cool. That's how the relationship built. We started talking. We figured some things out. That's business. They ain't going to tell us the rest of that. We get that. Now, what are you guys going to do? And what about all the local places where people are already boots on the ground doing things and blah, blah, blah? Oh, no. We want y'all to tell us what to do so we can help them, too. We're going to add to the things that are already going on.
Right.
That sounds like an opportunity to me.
Sure.
That sounds like it's time to start sending emails and saying, my homegirl has a nonprofit, not my homegirl in that language.
Right.
My folk got a nonprofit, you know, that da-da-da-da-da and is doing this and they have this and da-da-da, and reach out. And when the NFL is busting his bag, even if it's just to prove something, if they give her $10,000, give him $5,000, get his situation $30,000. How much more does that help the situations of the people that we know that run organizations that do shit 365 days a year?
Right.
It's a big deal. I related to when Malik Moore from the San Antonio Spurs. Malik Rose. Right. I was thinking, was it Rose or Moore? Malik Moore is the other guy. My bad. Malik Rose gave Finley's AAU, forgive me if I'm mistaken.
Shout out to Malik and Corey.
And it was secretly.
West Philly.
It was under, he ain't tell nobody. He gave them about 50,000-60,000 for their AAU program. I wasn't on the team no more. But I used to be on the team when we used to have to stand on Upsall with buckets and cones and collect money to go on tournaments that were lesser than the tournaments we qualified for because we couldn't afford to go to those. Like we was in Maryland when we were supposed to be in Florida for the Nationals. But we had to raise money to go to Maryland. You see what I'm saying? So I know what that does to a program like that. That's still going to make sure that the kids get out there and watch cars and earn a couple extra dollars so that they don't burn through this shit. That's a big deal. So it's like the backlash and the why, how come nobody gets the benefit of the doubt no more? How much do you have to do for people in order for people to be like, let's just see what happens? Not, I know he gonna kill it, but that's
because everybody want to ride the wave now. Nobody is there at the.
So that takes us back to where we started.
Right.
You see how frustrating this shit? Cause it's all the same shit. Like, I literally sit around all day. Like, why everybody want to be a creative, but nobody wants to be creative?
We about to. That's a. Because I'm about to go on a whole nother tangent. That's for a whole nother one.
This is what I'm saying. Like, it's very strange.
Because that's about to open. I can't. Like, that's crazy. Because yeah. I feel like there's a lot of lack of creativity out there. I feel like I'm tired of seeing people doing the same thing. Even when it comes to music, samples are cool, but like.
To what extent? Type shit.
Right.
All right, use me. I'm a personality.
And I love samples, but damn.
I'm a personality. I'm an artist. I have a brand. But all of those things are built around me.
Right.
Being me.
Right.
If I didn't build them that way, you know how hard it would be to run around all the time trying to be the persona?
Of what?
Of
right.
Whatever.
What
like,
expectation is.
So at that point,
moment.
exactly. At that point, I can't rely on anyone else's creativity. I have to be creative in the ways that I'm creative in because I have to do things as me.
Right.
You can't set up my stage production as anything that is opposite of my brand, but my brand is me. It's like, how many times today have I said something and you said, Sippin' with Sammie?
Right.
Like, that's me. And I think that when people find comfort in understanding in, one, what it means to brand something. Selfies all over your page and no product, or selfies in product. If it's not makeup, it's stupid and it's redundant.
You just say you don't like selfies.
Selfies on flyers. Stupid.
People put selfies on flyers. I'm gonna
Yes.
have to look now. Now I'm
It's
probably
becoming
gonna
a
notice
thing.
it.
People's obituaries are gonna have selfies on them, yo.
You're right.
I'm
I
dead
believe you.
serious. Cause they gonna be like, this the only pictures or the prettiest picture. Like, it's gonna be like, what do you have to choose from?
You're right. Because people don't even take real pictures no more.
No, I heard a woman one time say, yeah, that's why I don't let people take pictures of me. I only take pictures of myself. And I was like, do you know how crazy that sounds? Like, and you know what's funny? I tell these stories, and y'all be thinking I make this. Yo, I be around some of the weirdest motherfuckers in the world sometimes, yo.
Clearly.
And they say some shit that just will blow your mind. Like, did you just say you only allow yourself to take pictures of you? Now, this is another thing. Know your angles.
Right.
Which is, it's a model thing, but it's also become an excuse in social media to only take one angle.
Yeah.
Now, what happens is you choose an angle. How many niggas you know is over 6'5"? Nobody sees you like this in real life.
Right.
Nobody.
Right.
And then when they see you in real life, you know what angle they see? Everything you was hiding. Now you having man problems and dudes is hitting and quitting or not showing up for shit and all of that. You catfishing.
You catfishing.
All them filters. Catfishing.
Right.
Not to mention, you say, well, it's only Facebook, but 80% of the people that's going to see you today is on Facebook. Cool. You run that for 2-3 years. Now, when these people that's only seeing you on Facebook see you in real life, they're not even going to be able to control their facial expression. They're going to be amazed like, oh my. That's you? You're going to be like, no, you know, remember. Oh,
I just cut my hair.
You know why they ain't going to know? Because they ain't 6'5". They ain't seeing that. They're not seeing what you
And they don't have
represent.
built-in filters in their eyeballs.
And it's just like, it don't make, like, why are you setting yourself up? Like, and I said this earlier, if I just want somebody to love me for me. You got to love you for you first.
True.
And then you got to show them you.
Right.
And mind you, I understand, there are, I hate saying that, so I'm going to say this. There are bigger women out here. Because I almost said BBW, because BBW's weird. Because the second B is for beautiful. And every big girl thinks she's a BBW. It's very strange. It's like diva. Like, it's just, I'm a woman, I can say it. Like, no, it's not you.
Right.
But there are plenty of men on my timeline that love them.
Yeah.
Profess their love for them daily. So if you want somebody to love you for you, show him you. Because that's what he want.
Right.
You going to get somebody that is just expecting some titties to show up and you bringing all that, you going to have some heartbreak. And if you have insecurities, oh, now we coming full circle. I should be a preacher.
Right. Right.
Then you don't need that love.
Why you say it like that?
Because this is a fact. You don't need to put yourself through that shit. You already insecure. Show a man what he about to get. Make sure the man that you get wants what he fucking coming to. Because mind you, once a nigga spin that tab or blow off his whole day or get ready to he gonna fuck you.
But then?
And then you gonna put up a Facebook post, niggas ain't shit, do anybody date anymore? Yes, there's plenty of women running around here getting dates. It's just not you. So now when you put that up, you got more bitches laughing at you than co-signing, but the motherfuckers that's laughing don't comment because the only people that comment is people that feel safe because they co-signing.
Right.
Because if you don't co-sign, you get deleted or blocked. Oh, I should be a reverend.
Reverend of what?
I don't know, nonsense probably, but
okay.
no, I'm not putting myself on that pedestal. But I'm just saying, like, all
I
this
was
shit,
wondering,
all
like,
these conversations
I
come
hear
full circle because it's all revolved
hear you,
around the
Rev.
same shit. And it's like when you really look at it like that, how do you want to represent yourself? When you go outside of the excuses that you've made or the excuses that
you
they've made,
really like preaching.
how do you feel about yourself?
Right.
Like how do you want to represent yourself? Like why do you care about it that much? Why does it take you 50 of the same selfie to pick one or two to
I'm
post?
guilty of it. I'm so guilty of it.
Why? You being too hard on yourself.
No, it don't
You
be
being
the right
too hard on-
angle.
See what I'm saying?
I don't take 50. It might be 4.
Oh,
But-
see, I got a rule. And it's not even a rule. It's a deal I made with my homegirls. 3 to 5 is fine.
Okay.
3 to 5 is fine.
Okay. Cause I do like 4.
I've seen a girl, and it's one of my homegirls I made the deal with. She pulled her phone out one time and she was looking for a picture of something. And you know, women always do the fast scroll because they don't want you to see the other shit. So she did the and for like the
It was the same picture like 20 times.
I just seen green. I'm like, yo, what the hell was that? She stops it. It's her with the Eagle shirt in her car 50 times.
No.
And I'm not exaggerating. When I say it was a
Did you do the roll? Like sometimes how they do 50 pictures in a no.
Now, I'm going to tell you women something because I know y'all don't like listening to men about men, but I'm a man and I know men. It ain't that serious for us, yo. If you're doing it for us. I feel like you're doing it to compete against other women. Because at the same time.
No, I'm doing it. I'm a perfectionist. I just want my best picture.
But if you beautiful even if you don't look perfect.
Okay, I do 4.
You see what I'm saying?
No,
4 is fine. But what I'm saying is, and the other side of that is a part 2 to that.
What's the part?
I got a secret.
What's that?
The camera can only take what's in front of it.
3. 1, 2, 3.
The camera can only take what's in front of it.
True.
So at a certain point, you're forcing this shit to try to create magic, and then you're gonna put a filter on it.
Oh, bam, too.
You heard me?
Yeah, I hear you. I don't
and
do
then you
filters.
gonna put a filter on it.
I don't
Like,
do
yo,
filters.
you don't love you,
I don't do filters.
and now you want to complain about men that can't multitask. They read your Facebook and was like, yo, she corny.
Right.
See a picture, see a mirror, take a selfie. I grew up where looking
no.
at yourself in every
It
mirror
was
was vanity.
Mm-hmm.
Constantly looking at your reflection was vanity. But you stand in the mirror and take 15 pictures and tell us, I saw a mirror, I took a selfie. No, you were in a bathroom. There's mirrors in every bathroom in America.
Right, you just had to pee.
And we don't want to see bathrooms.
Right.
Who the fuck cares? You ain't even in like, yo, I don't even see nice like, I love if a chick was like, yo, this bathroom is so nice.
Right.
That's not the that's not the projection. That's not what they trying to present. What they trying to present is the caption, which is, I'm sexy, look at me killing them. While the nigga that's paying for them to be in that bathroom is sitting at the table like, yo, what the fuck is this bitch doing?
Taking selfies.
And then he gonna go on her Instagram later and she gonna post one plate. Spent $500 tonight. You can't even show my drink. No face, no trace.
I'm about to say, you know you can't show a face.
It's bullshit.
I don't show the plate either, though.
It's bullshit. We'll never see the face. We see the baby bump.
Stop.
Where the baby bump come from? Then you know what happens? We still don't see the face because by the baby shower, he ain't with your ass.
See, I don't post my, but I don't post my folks anyway. I just don't post my folks. I'm private. I don't post my kids. I don't post my folks.
What I'm saying is,
I'm just saying.
but no, not for you because you understand me. For people listening, what I'm saying is everything isn't about the example. It's about the motivation behind the example. You know what I mean? It's about why do you do what you do.
Right. To be in the in crowd, that's what they
It's
doing.
not even that it's my business why you do what you do. But it's about the fact that you actually act like you're doing something noble when you're restricting yourself.
Mm-hmm.
When you're doing things that actually don't make you better. And then when somebody tells you like, yo, that's not really where you need to be at, you say, let me be great. Why is let me be great always associated with being the worst form of yourself you could possibly be?
Right.
Like, I don't understand. It's like
Oxymoronish.
people found a way to just, if I can make it sound cool, then it's lit. Like, no.
That's true.
Life is life. You did some crazy shit.
Right.
You've made some mistakes. Some of that shit was your fucking fault.
But
No.
suck it up and keep it moving.
Let's
and
rock
do better.
out.
And let's do
no,
better.
why can't we see? And that's the thing. No matter where you start at, we can always see you progressing.
Right.
You should be wanting to show progression.
Right.
If you get in a helicopter ride, I don't want to see your face in a helicopter ride. I want to see the motherfucking view.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I saw your face. Every day.
Mm-hmm.
Same angle. Same passenger seat, driver seat, whatever the fuck. I seen it. You over the Grand Canyon. Let me see that love. Cause the face you showing me ain't even the face you had when you seen it. It was the one you thought would look cool when you posted it.
Mm-hmm.
If you was showing me and it was natural, love to see that face. Give me that face.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give me the Grand Canyon. Killing it.
Yo, you stupid.
I make 34 look like 22. and you look like you 45 and miserable and nervous.
Yeah,
Your eyes
shut
don't
up.
even look comfortable in the picture, and you took it 18 times. You still ain't figured out a way to look natural.
Right. What's up?
It's a thing. Like, it's a thing. My bad. I spent half the episode ranting about the same shit. My bad.
That's all good.
But
yeah.
these is facts, and these is the things
You gotta
that
get
be
it
in
off
my
your
head.
chest.
No, because like I said, as a formal, overly insecure person, I hate to see people fucking box themselves in that way. It's really a mental restraint, and it causes a lot of mental illness.
Right. Yeah.
It causes a lot of
I
mental
think
illness.
social media has a lot to do with that anyway. It puts too much pressure.
Well, see, the thing is, social media is like money. It just shows you bigger. You are who you are. Like, people say, well, it's just social media. Social media is the real world for the simple fact, like I said, 80% of the people that's going to see you today are going to see you online. So if you fake online, you fake in life.
Yeah. I mean, that's a whole other conversation.
Like, that's a
I
fact.
don't even like the titles of friends and followers. That shit freaks me out. But
I don't like those either. But you know what they are? They're marketing techniques.
it freaks me out. If someone's following me, I'm freaked out. I don't like that.
But you see, on there, you control what they follow. And that's my point. You control what they follow. So where are you directing them?
Still, in
With
real
you-
life, if anyone's
with you,
following you in
you
any
show-
contact that you can, you giving them breadsticks to go the wrong way, they still following you. Doesn't
But
matter.
that's the thing. People don't realize that. What you said is probably my point. People is leading crumbs to motherfuckers to go the wrong way.
Right.
And then when motherfuckers follow that way, they're not happy about it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like it. But they didn't fucking pay attention to nobody that said, you know what you should really be doing?
Mm-hmm.
Is trying to build motherfuckers up and build yourself up and build your people up. Because at the same time, that's better time spent. And we can joke all fucking day.
Right.
I like the joke.
Right.
I love the joke. I could be the joke. It's no problem with me. But at the same time, what the fuck else are you doing?
Yeah. Even friends, like you friends with people you don't even know. Like you can be friends with someone you've never met and will never meet, and then you're like, I don't understand it. Like,
Well, what's going to happen is the interpretation of friends is going to mean something different to your
I've always
kids.
said that.
It's not going to mean the same thing to your kids.
I've always said that. But it's funny because I was going through my Instagram feed, and my son was like, "Who is that?" I was like, "My friend." He was like, "Mom, everybody you know is not your friend." I'm like, "Oh,
So he knows.
oh."
He's aware right now.
I was like, "Okay." I was like, "No, but that's really my friend though. Like, I really know her."
No, that's a real one.
Like,
Yeah.
like
But that's what's crazy because the difference is day ones, real ones.
Right.
And it just be like, they not even you. Whatever, yo.
a day one
But-
could be somebody you really not don't that you just met, like,
All right, let's talk about friends.
because people don't have the right connotation.
We're friends. So let's explain friends, right?
Okay.
Often, I meet people in business. And I show them love. And I show them respect for what they bring to the situation. And they say, damn, yo, first time I ever met somebody like that was when I met you. Like, you really just showed me love from the gate. You weren't on no shit, da-da-da-da, boo-hoo. And I just start thinking, like, well, who is your best friend?
Right.
Who are you? Who?
Right.
And I mean, I'm not judging them. I feel bad for them because that means you went your whole life without somebody that just genuinely gave you love outside of probably your family. I guess I
Right.
don't know how far that it might even mean inside, more so than outside. I don't know, but it's like it's I appreciate it because I have no problem giving you love, especially
Right.
if you needed it. But
Yeah,
god
yeah.
damn it, like you know what I mean? Friends I have that like really just it don't matter. Like we gone. Like it
Yeah.
is what it is. Like no, you good? What we doing? Like no, like yo, do that. Like I don't. How much can I really do for somebody that I met more than somebody I've been around my whole life?
Mhm.
For them to say something like that,
Mhm.
it's something I've been trying to figure out. It is not a pat myself on the back situation. It's literally like you know how close I am to my friends. And you know how much we all do for each other. Like I got a
Right.
squad of college homies that's like monumental. Like this shit don't happen. Like I appreciate that kind of shit. But I
Mhm.
wonder why I'm so blessed with it and people struggle with it. They be damn near 40.
Yeah. Yeah.
Acting like they always had to do something to get something.
Right.
And that's crazy.
People, again, I always talk about people don't understand relationships. They don't understand how to build relationships, how to cultivate relationships, how to maintain relationships. I think that's really important because I feel like your progression is like kind of based on the relationships that you have, right?
What's the cornerstone of building a relationship? I feel like with me and your relationships and people that I've known from childhood relationship is we appreciated and accepted each other for who they were.
Absolutely.
And it wasn't much deeper than that.
Yeah.
It spiraled into other things. But I feel like it was like, well, that's the person from school that was cool. And they ain't somebody I'm going to be with every day, but they fucking cool.
Right.
And then when we found need to be around each other more often, it was comfortable because we had a mutual respect. I think it's kind of simple. Like, what would you think? What would your cornerstones be? Are they similar?
I agree. I definitely think I definitely would agree with you. But I feel like, again, and we said this before too, it's kind of like the way in which you know someone, the way that you met someone, the organics of the relationship, I guess. Because I feel like if we met anybody that we went to school with outside of school, I don't know if our relationships would be the same.
Which is true, but I think that's kind of why I related it back to our relationship and knowing each other so long, because that's innocent. I think when you get to a certain point where you get in business or whatever, and you start looking for certain things in people, and the fact of just appreciating and accepting isn't so much anymore. Now it becomes about how they dress, and it becomes about who they associate with. It becomes about what lane of business they're in, and it becomes about if
what
you
they
like
can do for you.
If you like something that's associated with them. Like, a lot of things blur just appreciating.
There be people popping up, and I'm just wondering, like, what their agenda is, because, I don't trust nobody. I don't trust a soul.
Well, where you're at right now, and you're in the building phase, you've been in the building phase, and you're going to stay in the building phase. But where you're at right now, like, at your phase of building, you're going to get a lot of that.
Yeah.
And the thing is to filter, but not to filter from a perspective of who are you, but more so of why do you care? Find out before you block somebody.
Because I was coming from what do you want?
Yeah, don't do that. Find out because sometimes
I always feel like everybody have an agenda. Like, I ain't talked to you in 10 years.
But if their agenda is going to benefit you without harming you, then what's the harm in it?
Right.
Like, it could build you. It could, like, there's people that we went to school with that I look back and I'm like, damn, this.
It's also people that just hit me up right around Powerhouse. Like, you want a Powerhouse? Can I come with you? Like.
No, that's
them
that
type
too.
Of folks,
but like, that's the thing. Like, I think people shut down a lot of things because they don't want to filter. I've heard major niggas, the owners of QC, P and what's his name? Damn, nigga, they used to manage JayZ. Coach K, Coach K and P. Nigga said, I go through all my DMs. Might be something in there. So how are people not at their level? And they don't want to go through the process of filtering.
I definitely go through. I agree. I definitely receive every message. Like you said, you got to filter.
You got to filter.
And that's when I get to that process of, I guess now is like, what do you care for? Where originally it was, what do you want?
Yeah, because the what do you want shit is paranoia, and it comes from a couple places.
Where we come from.
Yeah.
My experiences.
Right. So
I don't think if I hadn't had the experience
but
I had, that I would be there.
In business, when it comes to social media, you can't really do that.
But I wasn't even talking about social media per se. Not even just social media. This is just every
people
facet.
popping up.
Just people
but
I had
even
the same number since like 2004.
Yeah, that's a big thing too, though.
But I will never change my number for that reason, because it's a gift and a curse.
But at the same time, this might be somebody that had a conversation with somebody that was like, you see Soph doing a thing with this, and they was like, yo, I know somebody, or yo, I've been doing this.
You're right.
Like, you never,
You're right.
like, you never know, and it's so weird, because, like, I have in my DMs the requested Jones from people that I don't follow. And I went through them Jones the other night, and I seen a couple Jones that I wish I probably would have seen a little earlier.
Right.
To be honest.
I feel you. That's a good way to look at it. That's a good perspective. You're
not above filtering. Like, and that's what a lot of people, that's kind of like my
notifications.
I thought I was lit. It was like filter through that shit.
I'm used to everybody's agenda. I'm used to not being able to trust people, and I'm used to
but at the same
people
time,
having an agenda that will harm me, like for their benefit. But I would be to my disbenefit.
You have to, at that point, you have to give yourself credit. You've been filtering people your whole life for more dangerous situations. And mind you, this is your livelihood, so I'm not saying when I'm saying danger, I'm not talking about that.
Right.
But I'm saying, like, in business, you got to see what's out there, and you can't shut it off to. If it didn't happen in the right place or at the right time around the right people, that it might not be an opportunity. And a lot of the times when you start second guessing things instead of investigating them, you cut off the opportunity.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you're going to investigate any fucking way if you care. But if you care about what you're trying to do, then you need to just filter. Like, you gotta filter. Like, it's a thing. Like, I can't keep hearing bosses saying that they still fucking respond to shit, and then everybody else act like, yo, don't hit me up. Like, what the fuck? Like,
you know, I'm not like that at all.
Not what I was saying, you know that. But, like, it's just like, we ain't above none of that shit yet, yo. Until we can pay somebody to filter through that shit, because it still has to be filtered through,
right?
Then we gotta fucking do it. But them niggas still do it personally.
Yeah, I was about to say, I still to some extent want to do some things personally. I don't think
you always want to control your narrative. You never want nobody else to dictate.
I always say that.
What opportunities make sense for you and don't make sense for you. Because sometimes something might come up that's abstract as fuck, and it was lit, and they was like, well, she not into that. And it's like, oh my God, fucking yeah.
Right.
Damn, call them. No, they booked that 3 months ago. Like, damn. You know what I mean? Like, it's like when
that has happened to me. I'm be honest with you. That has happened to me.
I used to tell artists, like, yo, if they let you in a meeting, go to the meeting. I don't want to be in all the meetings. Bruh.
Right.
For nothing.
You do. You absolutely do.
Not for nothing. They don't get to give each other extra percentages behind your back in front of you.
Right.
They might make phone calls behind your back and do what they're going to do, whatever. But two, you're going to learn some shit because you're going to see what's on the table once they start talking. And that's something that helps you leverage. And that's what Nipsey did. Nipsey ran around, had all these meetings, and then said, oh, that's how they come in. I got to do this. Talk to the OG. Said, if I do this, then they got to come at me like this. All right, then I'm going to do this. And then when I get this, then it's going to be this. And then I'm going to drop my album.
Right, right.
And then Nipsey died Nipsey.
That's a
whole nother thing, right? Yeah. No, but like, this is like, it's literally like.
That was very strategic of him. Because Nipsey could have dropped the album a long time ago. And a lot of people, they feel like he did, so he was still cool. Because the album is a monetization thing. Like, all of these titles, all these titles come from business. A mixtape is something that you don't get paid for. An album is something that they blow the budget on. Shit like that. But in today's day and age, when we have to do everything, then we get to classify whatever the fuck we want until the bag comes. So for most people, the album is the one that the label puts the bag behind. Yeah, I agree, but I also feel like his priority, like, he loved music. We know that, you know, we know he loved music, but I feel like
his priority was progression.
Exactly. Exactly.
His priority was progression.
Exactly.
But see, that's why we appreciate him. That's why, and that's another thing. Compare Nipsey to Tupac. Like, I get it. It's Cali shit. They're figures of people that were had a mindset to progression of the people. But at the same time, why do we have to care who the people love more? Right. But I also feel like Pac died so much more prematurely that he was just I feel like he was just pivoting and could have made those moves. He didn't even have the time to do what Nipsey did. But he didn't have the opportunity to do what Nipsey did. Like, Nipsey had, what, 8 more years? I think the perfect Pac quote is, I may not be the man to change the world, but I'm going to spark the brain. That, whatever that quote was, that I feel like Nipsey was one of those, and not the only one. And that's another thing. We got to stop acting like all these shit is anomalies. I think that the spark was inspired, like, through a lot of people, and Nipsey was a representation of that. And also, we seen his mom. We seen his dad. We seen his brother. We know what he was surrounded by. We know what love he comes from. We know what awareness he comes from. We know that he was the guy that ran around the industry telling everybody what books to read. But he was the gangster rapper, which means he read immensely. He went back to Eritrea. I love that. Did you ever hear him talk about that? Yeah. He said he didn't want to go. His brother, he was lit in the streets. His brother like, no, we out. But you know what? That's his brother's wisdom. Right. His brother was like, you about to get so deep, you need to come see some, like, now. Like, fuck that. We out. And if you watch the videos, I did. They over there looking like they in Compton. I did. Looking crazy. Yeah. And this nigga is sad. He said for the first couple weeks, he was salty. Right. He said then he bought into it. He realized what he was in. But it's like his brother knew that. And that's why I mentioned his brother when I said his mom, his dad, his brother. Because, like, his brother was a major part of steering him as a man, because dad, mom going through whatever. We both in the streets in a different country. His brother caught the case he caught, had the money he had, but they always had that. It's like foundation. Yeah, and it's like that. It's a thing in art where it's like they leave that circle at the top. So you know what I mean? It's like they always seen that. They always knew that was there, and it's very strange, but it's dope. Funny you said that you pointed to the top of your head. I don't know if we were together or no, we were not together. But people always say your third eye is here, but your third eye is really up here. So it's just important that you said that, because I just learned that. So it's funny that you said that. sometimes I'm amazed by the shit I know.
Mm-hmm.
Because I used to think as a kid that I knew so many raps that it
Shout out to
was.
Softly Rugged. I'm sorry, because I learned it from my girl Monique O'Neal. It's Softly Rugged, and she's so righteous, and she knows so much, and she's an herbalist, and she's
She
just
put you on?
thorough. Yeah, she was on a podcast, and she was explaining a lot of stuff about different
Nah,
parts
it's a
of your
real-
body.
Mhm.
But I just learned about that, so my bad to cut you off. But I
Think
just had to
about
shout her
hair,
out.
think about hats, all of that is it's a lot of stuff tied into that.
Yeah, yeah.
But which is what we'll talk. But it's very strange. Like sometimes I think about like that I even know some stuff because when I was a kid, I thought that part of the reason I wasn't getting stuff in school was because I knew too many rap lyrics. Like my head was just I was blocking
For real?
the space. Like I didn't have enough RAM
Right,
for more than all of these. I used to know every song and not just rap, but I used to know every song.
Me too. Yeah,
And I used to
yeah.
feel that way, but as I got older, I realized that a lot of the things I wasn't retaining, I didn't
You just wasn't
agree
interested
with.
in.
No,
Right,
not even interested. Like my least favorite subjects was American history and world history, and
Mhm.
I'm memorizing dates and times and names of people that didn't do what the hell you telling, and I know that,
Mhm.
and it's hard to retain that when you
Mhm.
know that. You know what I mean?
It's like learning a lie.
Yeah, like my favorite subjects was math, science, shit that you could prove,
Right, right.
Black history, like things that you could prove.
Right, right,
like
right.
there was a timeline to it, and even with a lot of the black history that we were allowed to receive, some of that was slanted.
Mhm.
Even in the environment we were in that gave it to us as raw as they could. Some of that wasn't exactly how they documented it,
Right,
and we
because there was a lack of documentation. There was forces against them that we couldn't get the whole story too.
losers
so
don't write history books.
Right.
So where that goes the spoils.
Mhm.
Losers don't write history
Right.
books. Period.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's just fucking crazy. But it's been another episode of Sippin' with Sammie. Say below, Barstool Rug. I am Sippin' with Sammie. This is Saf. Saf, tell the people about your platforms and all of that. I want to make sure you do that every time.
Appreciate that, bro. So, you can check me on magazine.com, a positive platform digital magazine. We're a lifestyle magazine. We cover everything from sports, entertainment, fashion, business, education, but everything is from a positive perspective. So check us out on magazine.com.
And she my family, so all she should need is my stamp. But y'all see enough of her on here to realize why y'all should fuck with her too and why y'all should follow her platform. Cause she keep it raw on here, but that's a professional situation that she holds down better than what you even could imagine. So that's what we into right now. My nigga!
Yo, yo.
It's a wrap.
Estoy arriba, allá arriba, allá arriba. Estoy arriba, allá arriba. Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up. 2015 salí en tu televisión. 2016 conquisto a Nueva York. La gran manzana es donde está mi ambición. Con visión para aterrizar en mi mansión. Ven pa' acá, te invito a volar. Mi piloto no va a hacer girar por encima del estatus de la libertad. Todas las mujeres te van a envidiar porque nos fuimos para arriba. Allá arriba. Y si preguntan en Avenida 2 dónde está Candelele, lo que te van a decir se fue para arriba. Estoy arriba, allá arriba. Estoy arriba, allá arriba. Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up.
Told me truck, but bigger truck. Gas going up, none give, none fuck. Elevate me, hustle me, town is up. Top of mountain, we down me up. Let's go. Sip with some, raise glass high. Run home if cash dry. Ruger foreign, trip different. None speak, this twist still pimpin'. Gun fall lit for true, checks coming. Told y'all it's an throne, me stress nothing. Bet something, impress luck, me say fucking. Me all the way up. Me all the way up. Bad bitch play with pee-pee. It's all the way up. So fuck it, me all the way up. Me all the way up. Sam in this bitch. Yo bitch getting tough. Fuck it, me all the way up.
Estoy arriba, allá arriba. Estoy arriba, allá arriba. Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up.
Do what you want, ladies, where you need. Jamaica, where me from, me a volley weed. Can't deal with the plane, we gone overseas. The black on the streets, so you're good with me.